You know, the two last Souls games that I play were Bloodborne and Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. Two games that I haven't played before, and each one of them, in any Souls game that I play, I have my favorite bosses that I enjoy playing against the most. And usually I judge them based on the visuals, the animation, the atmosphere, the music, the unique attack patterns, their difficulty, and the way they actually force me to get better. Things related sometimes to the lore, the emotional impact they have on me, if I'm really scared coming close to them, and then when I start the fight, and you know, until I get comfortable fighting against them. If, for example, they have more than one stage and each one feels different, and they force me to adapt to each one. And of course, how I feel at the end of the fight, I mean, where I actually was able to defeat a boss. Of course, what you see here is from Bloodborne, but before we jump, again, a spoiler alert, there are of course bosses here that are late game bosses, so if you don't want spoilers, you probably should skip this video. But if you're okay and you don't mind, let's jump into it. In the 10th place, we have the Persephone boss, or the full name, Persephone, the Stygian Queen of Woe. Yeah, I hope the boss not angry with me for pronouncing the name wrong. Now, the reason I love the boss is mainly for its unique atmosphere and really cool look. This boss really felt different once I went to New Game Plus, and I realized, how to be more aggressive, and the more you try to be careful and try to avoid things, it can actually punish you. So the more actually I got confident against this boss and just close distance, even not care about AoE, just move and pushing forward, I realized I can actually dodge some of the moves that I first thought, alright, what I'm gonna do here, just wait. And this is the boss. It doesn't matter which distance you are, you don't feel safe, and if you're close to him, you're gonna have some surprise. If you're far from him, he will beat you. So although it's kind of a bit slow, he has some really surprising attacks. It forced me also to use different gear to adapt, and overall all these things together made the fun interesting and unique. Now in the 9th place, we have the Choirmaster, the Inspector. I hope again I pronounced them right. Anyway, this boss probably gonna be one of people's most annoying boss, and maybe some people gonna be like the least favorite boss. I just have a feeling about that. But what I like about this boss, well, first you see here there are some, it spawns several enemies, two type of enemies where you need to learn how to dodge their attacks. He also heal himself, and he has some attacks that prevents you from actually being aggressive towards him if you are up close. So really AoEs that you need to be careful not to get hit. He also have like really almost covers the entire arena with AoE, so you need to get out of there. And if not, it forces you to dodge it. And this is the one you see here. Get wrecked. Whoa. Now I know that when the enemy spawn far away from me, it's a bit annoying because you need to run after the boss. That's exactly what I felt when I fought against the last boss in Elden Ring. But that's the idea. You need to really kind of find your way to not get hit and find opportunities to attack him. Once you get close to him, you can really punish him hard. It was very satisfying doing so. There's also a really nice set of attacks that need to dodge in various ways. So the combination of weak attacks like the wind, and when he lands on top of you, you're gonna see it in a moment, you need to like dodge immediately because it's super fast. And the following attack, lots of really cool stuff going on. Really, a boss fight that was annoying to me to play against, but overall I enjoyed it. Alright, in the 8th place, it's not a hard boss, but I really like, his weapon and the way he's designed, his attack. This is the Three-Faced Pardoner. He has some really cool abilities, which you also, the cool thing is that you're also gonna get his weapon after this fight, and you're gonna enjoy really the same really cool attacks. And this is something that was really cool. Once you get again the boss's weapon, and it just looks so cool, and you get it relatively early, you get to really enjoy a really fun and powerful weapon. I also really like his smooth movesets, which are very satisfying both to dodge and parry, if you do it right. Although at this time I wasn't actually parrying a lot, I was more dodging than parrying. I think the arena was a bit boring, very boring. But yeah, overall the fight was really fun, I really enjoyed it. And punishing when necessary. So in 7th place, this is a kind of was an awkward fight, but I had to fight it with Philia, which is my favorite NPC in the game. The way she actually tried to carry a really heavy sword, it's kind of funny. she trails behind you, and then you think like, oh, how she can help me, and then she goes like crazy and does crazy moves in the fight. It was so satisfying. Also, this is a fight that you have an option to fight actually against two enemies at the same time, which I actually did in my first playthrough, which also very satisfying. It felt unique. Beautiful arena, really nice move for the bosses. Kind of boxing match, to be honest with you, and it felt different and unique and really cool looking boss fight. And also I wanted to protect her so she can heal, so I got the aggro, and she has some crazy moves. Take a look. How dare you. Nope, don't touch her. What am I spamming? Curry. Oh my god, she's getting good. Yeah, that was amazing, and I wish I could get a weapon. Somebody mentioned that on my channel. I totally agree with you. That would be so awesome if I could have this weapon. That's just a shame. Hopefully in the DLC we can. And seeing an NPC just finishing the boss as well is very satisfying. A bit of mimic here and there, why not? Whoa, GG's. Alright, in the 6th place, well, maybe it's gonna be weird for some, but this is a very early boss in the game, and this is the Necro, the Panic Reaper. The thing that I really liked the boss, it was memorable because again, this is one of the first bosses that actually kind of, alright, we have a Souls game here. He has some crazy attack, he can deal piercing damage, he moves fast, and some really crazy easing animation that are fast. Like, this is like the first moment in the game that, like, if you're gonna just spam roll, just do crazy stuff, you're gonna get punished. This boss will punish you hard. And at the beginning, you really don't have enough health to, like, if you're gonna pierce you, well, you're probably gonna die. Yeah, so it really was the first boss that really brought a bit of challenge. So it's very memorable in that aspect. I really like this one. And on top of all that, this boss drops you the piercing claw, which is one of the frame basic abilities, which allows you to do piercing damage yourself. You get like necro abilities. So this is another extra that I really like, this boss fight. Alright, the next one, I think there are going to be many people who hate this boss, and this is the Cleansing Knight. First of all, we like the posture when you get there. This boss is going to deal you, going to cause issues. The reason I love this boss so much is because, again, it has some really, I think one of the fastest crazy easing animations, which, you can charge you super fast, sometimes even jumping into cycle 3 and 4, it's hard for me actually to adjust, even though I know his attacks, just to time it right in order to parry the boss, because there's so little window in order to parry once you get this start of animation, because it goes like shh and poof, it goes on you really super fast. And because it's super fast animation, you need to know what you're doing and do it at the right time. Even if you know what you're doing, you can actually miss it. You also have some crazy attacks which can actually hit you with a slash, even if you're behind, so I need to adapt my build and of course have some lightning resistance. Basically it made me respec, kind of. There's also some really cool attacks that really are fun to parry. Once you do that, you can actually just say, for example, these light that actually throws at you, right ways, you can actually just deflect those towards him. You can see the crazy attacks, it doesn't leave you room to do anything. And it's this crazy attack when it goes in the air, it's like, for me, it's like life and death. I mean, either I avoid it or not. If I parry it, great, it feels amazing. If not, I might die. But this is one of the bosses that is very satisfying to parry once you are, know how to do it well. But yeah, it caused me some issues at the beginning for sure. But overall, I love this fight. Here you can see, by the way, that I'm using the Opossum Sace. It was my go-to weapon in my first playthrough. Until it changed it just a bit late game, I actually changed it. But it was super fun and super strong. I really enjoyed it. In the 4th place, this is a boss that I told myself, alright, now we are talking. This is the boss fight I was looking forward to play against. And this is Hunter of Bladers, and wow, this was just super fun to play against. This boss doesn't play a game. She close distance on you, she can attack fast. If you feel the moment you are safe or you want to heal, she can punish you. I think this is one of the first bosses that really caused a challenge, especially for new players to Souls game when they first meet her. And once you beat her, you kind of know if it was your first Souls game, you kind of enter really the realm of, challenging bosses. And I think it feels amazing once you're able to conquer this challenge. Although her attack really telegraphed well, and also sound effects, that makes things easier to understand and read. But this boss fight really felt something different compared to anything else. And yeah, if you're not really know what you're doing, you get punished. And if you know what you're doing, you're gonna feel great, when you're able to master this fight. By the way, tell me which are your favorite bosses. In the third place, we have the boss Seraphim. This boss, I love the arena, I love the atmosphere, I love the look of the boss. Although some other bosses look similar to this one, some others. This boss has some really cool lightning attack moves that I really liked. Nonetheless, this boss fight felt amazing, really fun. I really enjoyed like playing against him again and again, especially after I mastered parry and getting back to him. His attacks are very well telegraphed, so again, once you are good in parrying and dodging, it shouldn't be hard for you. But again, you know that something good is coming, especially when you see the triangle at the back, so you know you're getting somewhere, so this like, alright, something great is waiting for me, you know, behind the horizon, and he's like kind of the gatekeeper. And he can punish you very hard, by the way, if you, well, don't know what you are doing. But it's very easy to punish him, of course, once you get a parry, so really, I really enjoyed getting back to him and just destroying him the second time after he caused me troubles in the first playthrough. And the very inviting gate at the end. In the second place, well, I debated a lot with myself which one, but this is Lost Kid. I'm sorry, Lost Kid, you lost the first place. This is again a very late game boss fight. The reason I love this fight is the arena is just stunning. The boss fight is amazing. Also, the attacks really make use of this huge arena. Also, the boss has some really crazy set of moves, which again, you want to keep this boss low on sync rate, otherwise she can just, you know, have some really crazy moves. She can upgrade her attacks and it goes really crazy. So it's more about controlling and being aggressive, because otherwise she can really deal some massive damage. Here you can see, by the way, their really cool arena attack. She goes in the air, smashing down, doing crazy attacks, some really confusing easing animations here and there. Of course, once you beat this boss, you have the option also to get the weapon and armor, which is, in my opinion, one of the best looking armor in the game. You will see me actually using here. It's a very punishing boss fight. If you get caught, well, you see I'm losing my entire sync rate, and the boss keep upgrading her abilities, and if she goes like 3 and 4, she's gonna do some crazy crap. Even particular advantage, and this weapon needs it. Although it's an early game weapon, so maybe an asking. There we go. Yeah, here I actually fought her with a really bad weapon, but nonetheless, this boss fight is one that I returned again and again because I just enjoyed it so much. And aside from that, it's very rewarding. And in the first place, the undisputed champion, this is Ursula, the Hunter of Bladers. Wow, this boss fight, this is my favorite boss fight by far. It's so satisfying, 2 unique stages, each one is different than the other. She is really crazy, she has a crazy set of moves, very punishable once you know how to parry. Very fast attacks, you can punish you, she can even surprise you with some really crazy moves, even straight from the start, although it's pretty rare. Really beautiful animations, she has like 2 amazing weapons. You can get, by the way, if you of course get, if you defeat her and get the Nucleus, which is the Mercy and the Red Ear, 2 amazing katana weapons. It's a very fast-paced, fleshy fight that becomes even more satisfying once you are able to master it. She's also a secret boss, so again, usually, you know, when you know, in Souls game, they can put some very challenging bosses, you know, as side bosses. This is one of these bosses that if you master the fight, you're gonna feel amazing. Some will find it easy, some hard. Again, it all depends. Of course, if I come with parry, she becomes easy, of course, once I master parry in this game. But this is no doubt for many players gonna be a very challenging boss, at least in the first try. Second phase is also harder than the first, a bit chaotic, with some, again, crazy mix between animation, easing animation and timing, that even if you know how to dodge, it still can be a bit confusing. So this is the peak of the game for me, and that's it for this video. What is yours? Tell me your, I don't want to say top 10, but if you want to write top 10, cool, but top 5 bosses in Air Limit, listed in the comment section below. I really want to hear your thoughts. Thanks for watching.